back to the show. Into ASEAN interview. We have an interesting interview ahead for you.
ใช่แล้วค่ะกลับเข้าสู่รายการ ASEAN Challenge ในช่วงนี้ ASEAN Interview ค่ะเช่นเคยเราก็มีประเด็นที่น่าสนใจไปชมกันเลยค่ะ
Hello and Sawadika. This is your host Pama again for ASEAN's Challenge Show. As usual, we have inspiring guests to talk about their insights. And today we have a familiar guest, Mr. Jonas, who was last time here talking about his inspiring project dedicated to help Rohingya people. And today not only Jonas has come here, today along with him there's his partner, project partner Miss Teresa also joining us to talk about the insights and their aspirations. And in fact they have come back from a recent visit to Bangladesh and met the Rohingya people. So let's welcome them and hear out what they have got to say. Hello and Sawadika. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you guys here again. So I have been told that you guys are back from the recent visit to Bangladesh, meeting Rohingya people. So let's hear about the experiences and let's hear what you guys have experienced there. So let's hear the story.
Well, should I start? Well, it's a pretty long story, but we can just start. Like, our trip itself was very successful. So we were not expecting it to be that good, because we didn't expect to have that such good context there in Bangladesh, because we actually knew no one there. We just knew that we have someone who is saying he's gonna care for us, but we didn't know in how far he means it like that. But in fact it was amazing how the people there they cared for us as for their own families. So we had pretty good insights of the camps and of what is happening there, and yeah.
It also affected us very personal, not only the situations in the camp, but also the way we got help and the way we got access to very sensible topic and informations.
Very impressive and very sensitive indeed. So overall, in your opinion, how is the situation there?
I think the situation in the camps seems to be stable. The people have water, the people have food, but I think it was not always be like this, because now humanitarian organizations are working very hard on the situations there.
I see. So what exactly and how exactly did you guys interact with people, and what were your contributions? What were the main tasks that you guys did there?
Well, at the beginning we planned to contribute our project to humanitarian aid. So as you know, we were collecting donations, and we wanted to give them directly to the people there. It then turned out that, as Teresa also already mentioned, that the needs of the people have changed. So there was no water and food needed anymore. So we had to think about how to contribute our donations to the people in the camps. So what we did now was giving the money we collected to our partner project in Bangladesh, and they are building solar-powered street lights in the camps, because you have to imagine the area of the camps is huge. It's like kilometers and kilometers in like hills, steep hills, and at night there's nothing. There's no light, there are no people. So you have to imagine like huge areas of complete darkness. So, and if many poor people are coming together in a dark area, who don't have food, who don't have there are gonna be some conflicts. And so it came, so there were cases of human trafficking and rapes. So this project is a very good one, we think, because it's ensuring that the people who are living in the camps are safe, which is now the thing we should focus on after we after the organizations have covered the basic needs of the people.
I see. So you mean to say that the basic needs of the Rohingya people are being met at the refugee camps, and now that the other sort of help is needed much. So
but if we look into the future, we know that the international.
It's not always going to be like this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
right now
Yeah.
the international awareness is pretty high. So people are donating, people know about the topic, but probably in a couple of months, when the international awareness is gonna go to something else, let's say a conflict in Africa or something is gonna be there because we live in a strange world.
Yeah.
So then there's gonna be the same problem again, because the international organizations there, they don't have, they are not allowed to interfere all the time in Bangladesh. They just have a limited amount of time, and if they are gone and the donations are gone, people there gonna have nothing. They're not gonna have food anymore. They're not gonna have like proper, nothing.
Yeah.
They are already starting to store food and things
For
for
this.
the winter.
For the future. Oh, for
Yeah.
winter. I see. So were you guys able to really interact one-on-one with the refugee people? Like,
Yes.
okay.
We made many interviews with them. We talked to children as well. We
see.
talked to older people. We talked to men. We talked to women about what they experienced. They experienced many abuses, or they lost their family members.
That's sad.
Especially for the children, it was like shocking for us to see the children we talked to were 8 years old, 5 years old, maybe 14 years old, an age where we too in Germany have been in school, have been on the playground, like away with our parents, and they were sitting there and they told us, okay, their both parents were killed. They even saw the military killing their parents. Like imagine how that must influence your future life if you're like 5 years old and you see someone is killing your family. And it was like so hard to believe that the children really have to care about themselves. We were asking them like, who is caring for you? And they said, well, no one really. So that was so shocking.
And one day I talked to one girl, she was in my age, and she told me how she got raped by the Burmese military, and she could not really speak afterwards. She was so shocked, and I asked her if she ever would go back to her home country, and she said, no, I would never go back there, because what I saw was too much.
Very saddening insights that you are sharing here, and now to move on to the same journey that you guys had there. So could you please tell us how this journey has affected your project? Like, has it motivated you all to continue with the project, or what's the future aspect of the project that you all are undertaking?
It definitely motivated us in some way. Like I would say, on the one hand, it was kind of a bad impact on my personality, like not on my personality, but on my belief in the world, because I've never seen something like this, and so I was really like kind of frustrated but on the other side, we experienced that we really could do some change, like not a specific change like on the people there right now at the second we were in the camps, but we now have tons of material, of good material, of like investigative journalism material which we can share with the world, and the project was really, really amazing. We've never experienced to go that far, so we'll definitely continue in that. Maybe if not on the same issue, like if not on the Rohingya crisis, we will definitely continue producing documentary movies in other projects.
Okay, I see. So what was the main challenges or difficulties that you two faced in undertaking this project down there, meeting with the people and all? What was the main difficulties?
I think the main difficulties were the preparations, getting the money to travel there, getting sponsors, getting a visa to go to Bangladesh or getting into Bangladesh. Or Bangladesh is a very untouristy country, and it was even hard to get money there. There were many challenges we had to face before we went there, but when we came there, people were helping us in a very unique way. And if they won't be there, if we didn't have any local friends who were all supporting us,
we would have no chance.
We would have no chance, literally. And they took us in the camp, and they could talk to the people, and they could show us the people, and they lead us the way. And otherwise, we won't be able to go there alone or to talk.
I see.
I think the biggest problem for us was the food there in Bangladesh. We had kind of a problem with that, and we were together with the mental issue that it was so exhausting to hear those stories of the people we were talking to, because I'm not in an age that I have so many life experience I can just put it away from me, but I'm 22, and if someone is telling me his father was burned in front of his eyes, it really affected me, together with this mental thing, and that we were just kind of weak because we didn't really eat in Bangladesh.
I see.
It was really exhausting, and we had many discussions between us, not because we don't like each other, but we were just both so
mentally stressed.
Yeah. That was one of the biggest
challenges.
So
I see. Very sorry to hear about the food and the challenges you guys face there. So now, Teresa, I have already talked with Jonas about why he joined this and why he started this project. He said it's closer to him, and then he wanted to help. So now, could you tell me what was your main reason for coming up with such a project? What motivated you to really come up with such project and travel all the way?
I think what motivated me is that it is actually easy to help. It is actually easy to make a start, and as soon as we started the project, and as soon as we took the first steps, I get motivated again, and I feel that even very small change can affect maybe more.
Wow.
So I would say it's always getting better.
Wow, very inspiring and a very beautiful insight you guys shared here. So share us about the more aspirations that if you have for the world as a better place. Anything that you guys want to add on before wrapping up this conversation?
That's a tough question. I think what we experience is that in general this crisis didn't came up because of religious differences or of maybe not even of cultural differences, but what we think after this project is that there are bigger interests, that there are economical interests of big countries which are in the UN, which have a veto right in the UN, and so for this reason I think the big conflicts in the world begin. So maybe I changed my opinion after this project, but we talked to people who didn't really tell us that directly, but they made us understand what they want to tell us, because it seemed to be pretty dangerous for them to talk the truth, but they obviously knew the truth. So I think to make the world a better place, there need to be, I don't believe I'm saying that because we were always discussing about that and I had a complete other opinion before, but I think there need to be a change in how the Western world is looking at the other parts of the world and how they are using them to achieve the wealthiness they have.
Mm-hmm. What I think is that we have to understand that no matter where we come from or no matter what culture or religion we have, we are not different from each other. We are not different from each other because we feel the same when our home is taken, and we feel the same when we lose our mother. We have the same feelings.
Very beautiful insight and very true indeed. If there were like least of a distinction and more of a compassionate feeling of all the pain as one, the world would be a better place. So thanks a lot for sharing this insightful experiences, and thank you for joining us.
Thank
Wish
you
you
for
all
inviting us.
Thank you too.
yes, wish you a very best of luck in the upcoming documentation of the movie, and very inspired to see how the two of you initiated the whole thing on your own, and then because moved by your own compassion for other and your willingness to help, so this has traveled this far. So wish you a very best of luck for your future endeavor, and looking forward to the movies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Kokuka.
So that was Jonas and Teresa giving us an intense experience that they had on the pursuit of their project. So very soon they are going to have the whole documentation, and we are looking forward to present them as well. And stay tuned in for the next week's show. So that's it for today. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's ASEAN Interview for you this week. And that wraps up our ASEAN Challenge segment today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. But for now,
Have a happy new year
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ